Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my Timeline Park. Now, I'm still building stage 1 of the park, so the first month of it. So right now I built this little airship, which the guests enter the park through. I made some of these rides, so here's G-Force training, and here's a watchtower. And I built some of these houses over here, just as a trial. What I want to do in this episode is just make it look a little bit more finished, make it look a little bit more like a park. So I wanted to make a few extra of these houses. I'll try to make them all look different. I also put a few scenery pieces inside the houses, just to make it look a little bit more homey. I also I still wanted to add some building materials, but I'll probably just add it in some spots around this landing pad here, just to make it look more like the colony is still being built here. I want to make a little greenhouse here with some food stalls in front of it. And probably around the park I want to make some more of these dead trees, and probably also some smoke around the park, just to make it look more like this area has recently been cleared out to make space for this colony. Alright, the first thing I'm going to get started on is the fence around the park. Now, it will be quite a simple fence, it won't be anything too fancy. Okay, I've placed fences around the park now, around the colony, and around just behind the fence I placed all these dead trees and some of these black bushes. That just helps sell the idea that this land was cleared out and all the trees in this area were burned away. And to help sell the idea even more, I'm just putting some random patches of smoke here and there. So just making a few here. I'll add one over here as well. I'm just spreading a few out along the edge of the park. So to do this smoke, what I typically just do is make a vertical drop coaster. I just like using these since it's just easy to make them vertical if you need. Just put them in powered launch mode and just test the ride, and that will make the cars crash and you'll have a nice patch of smoke there. Alright, with the fence and the trees around it and the smoke now sorted, I think it's time to get building on a few more of these buildings. So I will just build several more of these little houses right along this edge. So we can probably fit 4 more of these in this area. I think that will also be enough for now. Okay, I've now made some extra buildings here. I really like the way these look. So on some of them I added one of these small geospheres, and on some others I added a piece of observation tower to serve as a sort of an antenna. So I just like putting little details like this. And I also put some of these bushes around the buildings. Yeah, they're just bushes that are some of the local plant life that's probably not harmful. Okay, the area still doesn't really look like a park, so I'm going to work on the paths here a little bit, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, we'll probably want to have a bit of a wide path here, and probably some sort of gate building as well, just to make it look a little bit more like an amusement park. Okay, I've made a little gate building here. So yeah, I plan to actually have this work as the headquarters of the entire colony later. So I'll probably try to expand it a little bit in every stage of the timeline park. I think it will be fun to watch this building grow a little bit over time. And probably at the end it will be like a huge facility. Maybe also including one of these buildings. But yeah, that'll be something that I'll figure out later. Anyway, I think the park already looks a little bit nicer like this. Yeah, another facility that I want to have in the park here is a little greenhouse. And I think this part of the park will be a perfect spot for it. So I built a little greenhouse here, as you can see, using these Dodgem roof pieces. And what's actually funny is that a lot of the guests are actually watching the construction of this greenhouse. So it's actually really funny to see them all lined up here and looking at all the plants. I think that's just a really funny scene. Okay, I'm just going to make a little seating area here for the guests to eat their rations of food that they can get from the greenhouse. Now, this is actually a really useful shop from the expansions because it sells both beef noodles and lemonade. So it's quite useful to have a shop that sells both food and drinks. Alright, with the food stall now built and a little eating area as well, I just wanted to have some areas over here with some building materials laid out. So it's probably a good spot for that is right next to this little airfield. So yeah, I'll just make some stacks of materials over here. We could probably put some containers, stuff like that. Okay, I've made two fighter jets here. Yeah, these are just for defense of the base. Now, I think with that, the base is pretty much complete. So, yeah, what's left for me to do is to write a story for this entry. I've already got something thought up. But yeah, when I've done that, I will also read it out here in a video. That will probably be the next episode. So what I still want to do is probably have some security guards walking around here. Yeah, I want to have the commander of the base, who the story will revolve around. We'll probably want to have some mechanics frozen near these fighter jets. So yeah, lots of little details like that. So I think I will save those for the next video. But yeah, for now I'm really happy with the progress. I think we're almost done here. Okay, so just a little recap what I built in this episode. So first I started by building this fence around the park. I put lots of these dead trees around it and bushes. And what I also did in the end was add some of this grassy dirt. Yeah, I think this texture works really well for grass that has just been burned. Also added some smoke around some of these trees. I think that also works pretty well here. No, I then built some extra houses like these over here. I also put some of these domes and observation tower antennas on top. I think this looks pretty cool. I built this entrance gate over here, this entrance building with this Colony 8 sign. I built a little greenhouse over here to provide the guests with food. Something which we'll probably also need somewhere over here is a toilet building. I could probably make one quickly still in this episode. I'll actually do it immediately. Alright, made a little toilet building here with a tube that leads out into the water. Okay, that's another guest need taken care of. Now, also, so I added this little greenhouse, the toilet, and after that I added these containers with some building materials. Added some of these floor panels here. I think it's better than just leaving all this stuff on the ground here. I think it makes more sense if the colonizers would put their stuff on some more sturdy ground. And finally I added two of these fighter jets here. Now, like I already said, I wanted to add some staff scenes in the park. So that'll be something to work on next. And then I'll also add the story of the park. Okay, I'm really happy with the progress I made in this video. I hope you also enjoyed watching me build. If you liked this video, please consider giving it a like. I would really appreciate it. And of course, if you want to see more videos like these, you can always subscribe to my videos. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.